Welcome everyone to the Turkish Grand Prix. Front row is occupied by UKB and Dalbog Sarov. Luxury lands up in third from Chaos Andalay in P4. Davis Kerr getting a somewhat disappointing qualifying in P5. Versio incredible with P6. Then it's Ocampo and Eduardo from Spiker and Matthew Hart running up the top 10. Nicholas Palavino, your boy, on the 6th row from Iago, and Armin Seller starting off the bottom half of the grid. Dodge went out in P15 from Rack Crumpley and Livery. Chris Cornford disappointing P18, and it's Ultra Bro and Nice Crumpley from the bottom 4 being Victor Levi, Ravo, Marcus Adelaide, and Lam Fong. We already know this is a great race. It's produced some bangers in the past. Here we go, the 5 red lights everyone to the Turkish Grand Prix. And we go racing in Turkey. UK Ball instantly trying to fend off down Bogsarov. He knows he's got the soft tyre advantage in turn 1, and UK Ball successfully fended him off. Fanucci though moving up into second place crucially, as yellow flags in first sector. Livery has had a moment off there, and that is not a good start to the Opals race. And yeah, it's been a very bad one. He's only just managed to get round. So yeah, the yellow flag will soon disappear, and there we go, it has disappeared. We go back to racing properly once more. And yeah, not the start Bogsarov was hoping for, considering he had the soft tyres. He had the advantage. He had the soft tyres, but UK Ball fended him off. It allowed Fanucci to make use of that and go up into second place. David Serkera making a move on Chaos Andalay and Dal Bogsarov. He can't get Bogsarov, but he did get Andalay up into 4th position, as the German driver will try and have a little fight back in towards the hairpin. Yeah, great start for UK Ball, successfully holding off Bogsarov and staying ahead of Hux Fanucci. Can't say the same for Livery though. He's probably going to pit at the end of this lap to repair any sort of damage that he may have. And oh, yellow flags in. Oh, wrong way round. It's Marcus Adelaide and Ultra Bro. More specifically, Ultra Bro's the wrong way round. As Livery passes by, but Marcus Adelaide with damage to his car. I wonder how that's going to affect his performance today. Anyways, we focus back up at the battle at the front. As, oh, never mind, out of the race goes Carlos Eduardo. Spiker, though, has been involved. And this is very bad for his World Championship. Being involved in an incident and getting that 5-second penalty, it does just show his aggression, though. As I did point it out last race and also many other races in this season, his aggression is his weak point. He is a quick driver. He is World Championship material if he can get rid of this aggression problem. And there we go, that is just your first retirement of the day. No clue how Ultra didn't retire, considering you just slammed the wrong way round. But here we go, green. It's been a terrible restart for Dalbog Sarov, as Chaos Adelaide is going to pull in almost 2 seconds on him there. Just on that restart. Yeah, it's also been a bad restart for Hux Fanucci, who drops down to almost a second behind UK Ball, who stays in the lead of this race heading on to the 3rd lap. Versio, though, crucially for Red Bull, is in P6 and he's managed to maintain it. Ravo gets a 5-second penalty for causing a collision, so you know, better be careful, Ravo. You can't be doing that. As many drivers heading down to turn 1, side by side, Crumply trying to hold position from Ahmed Silla. As yeah, I feel like some contact may happen here, and somehow it did not. You know, the bottom pack though really fighting it out, going all out, trying to claim positions. It is crazy. As Ocampo picks up a 5-second penalty for causing collision, so he's been pretty aggressive. As David Serkera in a 4th place. His next step will be Chaos Andalay, as Bogsarov fails to reclaim that position. It's not been a good race for him so far, but using the battery down the straight in toward the hairpin, he's managed to get into 4th, and he's held off the inside line, so David Serkera could not take that. Now he's going to have a look now in towards turn 1 as Bogsarov comes into the pit lane, holding up Serkera and those behind. Ocampo also coming into the pits as Versio now in P5. This has got to be like the best Red Bull's ever looked this season. It's got to be, as your boy picks up a 5-second time penalty as down the inside, Versio almost getting ahead of Serkera, but not quite ahead. He is getting close though. Serkera struggling on the 1 tyres, and that's not going to be good for him in this race, as Chris Cornwell holding up multiple drive behind Nias Crumply and Ravo, as Nias is going to be looking to get ahead of the Brit, but can't find the room as Ravo on the inside line moves up into 14th. He's going to have a look here on the inside of the triple left-hander, getting so close to the hyperdrive, but there's contact and out of the race goes to Benedetto, with Iago being the one at fault for this. He's just picked up a 5-second time penalty. That ain't good, and if you're some of the guys at the front, I would come into the pits. Now, will UKB come in? Will Finucci come in? Yes, they all are. Despite being on the mediums, you may well get that cheap stop, and Leos coming in. It's a no-brainer, but the VSC's ending, and David Sakira's only just at the last corner. So yeah, this ain't good. David Sakira does stay out. Thus, Theo can continue his attack on Davey. Heading into turn 1, he's obviously going to get nowhere near. He's had no chances to get near. But many drivers, though, have opted to come into the pit lane right now. Matthew Hart being slightly held up there by the Ferrari of Ravo, as we look on board to livery in the Opel, trying to get close to Marcus Adelaide, who obviously still has the damage from earlier on. Sorry about the pop-up before, if I include it in the video still. As it in the final sector, Iago's out. Oh no. I guess you could say karma away for taking out the Benedetto. If anyone who's just pit, that's not the best of situations to be in right now. You're not going to be able to utilize your tires. Also, like your fresh tires compared to people on the worn tires. Also, how the hell is UKB literally within a second of David Sakira already? Yeah, recently these races are not playing into David Sakira's hands, as enabling the ERS, the overtake mode. UKB is going to go and get that move done on versus Theo, who can't really fight back about that one. And oh, what a move by the Briton to take the lead of the race, committing in a very small gap, and he's managed to get through into the lead. Versus Theo being held up, he's now at risk from Hux Finucci in P3, as yellow flags in the final sector, and that is livery and Nicholas Palomino, both not the right way round. They do correct themselves, and the drivers are finally able to start pushing once more. But what the hell happened there? Palomino has got damage, and oh! Out of the race there goes Kios Andale, contact with Versio by the looks of it, as that tire just came straight off the Audi. Yeah, that's just disastrous for Audi, as they really need to start scoring some more points in this championship. David Sakira probably wishing this happened earlier, because he could have benefited off of a free pit stop, but he's not benefiting off of any free pit stops here. And we go green once more, and UKB has got a massive lead. Yes, he's still going to be doing another stop, but he can easily make up for it with the 8-second lead that he has over Hux Finucci, who additionally has a 5-second time penalty. He should go to the end of this race in theory, but who knows what Ford have got planned. Like, they've got to fix their strategies as well. Opel also has to fix their strategies. Like, they've never really had good strategies. But it's mostly like when they're out in front, they've not had the good strategies. But anyway, Spiker in 13th place now. He needs to make up some more places. His championship hopes will be fading away with this race, with the disaster of it so far, as Racket Crumply is going to be overtaken. He loses 13th place, as Lam Fong is going to go for the move on Ravo into the hairpin on the inside of the line, getting close to the Ferrari. The two of them bang wheels, but ultimately no major contact made, and Ravo is going to hold his position, but Lam Fong has managed to find the pace on the inside line, and there's contact, and out goes Lam Fong and Ravo as well. The pair of them out after colliding at turn 1. And I'm sure both of them will have some words to exchange to each other. Nias Crumply in last place here, passes by both cars. There's quite some distance off of Ultra as well. Well, yeah, we're on lap 7 now. UKB and Finucci, though, just flying miles away from Daniel Bogdasarov and David Sakira. These last two races, though, we have seen the race leaders just completely fly away from everyone else. UKB's tires are wearing out, so he may consider making a pit stop very soon. That won't be now though, he is going for at least one more lap. Hux Finucci in the Penske Ford obviously should be staying out to the end in theory, but who knows what's going to happen because he has the 5-second penalty. He also got a good gap to the cars behind, and oh, in the middle sector! Ah, no. The Toro Rosso Victor Levi has made contact with livery. That's the second incident today involving that Opel driver. And for Victor Levi, this has just not been good. As they're still sorting themselves out, they finally get back onto track, and Bogdasarov comes into the pits, possibly hoping for a virtual safety car, but that hope is just going to fade away because he's made his pit stop. No virtual safety cars came out, and he is currently in 15th place. And Nicholas Palomino in P5 right now, showing once more how he is a good driver. Yes, he may have went somewhat against Vita Rahul's being fired by Jaguar, which he actually did say. But like, Dave Sakira, the team principal, did say that Palomino was the more consistent driver there. And yeah, he does have these standout performances as well, like this, where he is in a very good position. As Ocampo on the inside line gets hit by Ahmed Silla, who gets a 5-second time penalty, damage to his car, allowing Matthew Hart to close in, as UKB does come in for his second pit stop of the day. We're not going to look at that though, he's probably going to be coming out in P3 anyways. As Palomino going slowly, it looks like he's going to be coming into the pit lane. As you can see Ocampo just coming around that final corner. As you watch the Jaguar peel into the pits, David Sarkar a fast lap of this race. Despite that though, it wasn't enough to get UKB. And that's probably what his goal was, to try and catch the Briton and hold him up. But that did not happen. That is probably set the fast lap of the race as well. So Apex GP do show some good pace today, very clearly. As Naj Krubley going to catch Ultra, he's going to do that. Now UKB has got clean air. He can now freely try and catch Hux Finucci. But being on the soft tire, that's a very weird strategy call. The Spiker is out. Yeah, that's massive here. If his race was already going to be detrimental to the championship, this most certainly is. Spiker CB. You know, he's been one of the favourites for the championship ever since he took that championship lead. And him being out the race is massive, and Hux Finucci is going to benefit. The virtual safety car is ending. It's going to be part of a pit stop completed under VSC. But it's going to minimise some damage. UKB's going to come round the final corner. He is going to take the lead off of Finucci, who moves on to soft tyres also. And yeah, I'm looking at these tyres. It looks like they can only last 5 laps. Which means UKB and Finucci, both of them, won't even make it to the end. This is crazy. As Sebastian Campo has come into the pits, but we've got a massive train here into turn 1. Versio being the head of that train, as he is just trying his best to hold on to some very good points for Red Bull, who have been struggling so much this season. But he's just lost 2 places there. Adelaide Ultra jumping ahead. He's trying his best to hold on, but it's just too difficult for the Red Bull, as he gets overtaken by Niles Crumpler as well, who's showing some very good late race pace at the moment. And Versio holding on to 8th. Niles Crumpler back down to 9th, but he's going to have that switchback done here on the inside line. Ah, so close you were. Oh my god, they are so close to each other. But also, just look at this right now. We've got a hyperdrive 1-2 at the moment. UKB setting fast lap of this race. This is incredible for the British driver if he has to make another pit stop. I'm not gonna say that he's out of contention for this race win, even if he makes it at the stop. There is a genuine chance that he could still win this race, despite the bad strategy call. Now, not Nice Rugby. Rocket Rugby gets a 5-second time penalty. That's now 10 seconds of time penalties to his name, as Hux Finucci has been gaining a lot on the British driver, Chris Cornwell not doing much to defend, or not being able to do much to defend. As Palomino on fresh tyres is getting closer to Livery, as Livery fends off the Jaguar, who reacts in just enough time. Dave Sarkar in P8 getting attacked by people with worse cars on worse tyres. Well, yes, Davey is just heating up his tyres. As you can see, He's managed to light them up, and he's now storming off into the distance to catch Rack and Crumply, who has been a bit of a penalty magnet this race as we are going to lap 12. With 4 laps to go, including the current one we're on. David Sakara on the inside line. He has managed to cleared Crumply by the time he reached the corner. Finucci showing his pace with the fastest lap of the race though. Yeah, it's a very good locking in moment recently for Ford and Hyperdrive, who've really managed to give like really good results ever since last race, I'm gonna say. Actually no, Portugal as well. It was a good race for Ford and Portugal, mostly. Like one side of the garage it was alright, the other side it wasn't really good. As Livery comes at the pits for the second time, serving his 5-second time penalty as Versio attacked. Oh no! David Sakara is out of this race as the tyre bounces across the racetrack. And that was just a slight moment of aggression by David Sakara trying to force Versio off the track. Or, well, to the very limit. David Sakara is an aggressive driver after all. He will do anything to take these race wins. He pushed a little too much. Versio didn't back out when Sakara thought he was going to. And that obviously resulted in the contact. UKB though does come in. He pits. So he has made that other stop as predicted. Finucci though also in. Now what about Chris Cornwell in this race? Where will she be? Like UKB is coming now to the pit exit. Cornwell heading down the main straight. He's gonna just get ahead of her teammate. Hyperdrive now running 1-2, but it is Cornwell at the front of it. I don't think anyone would have really expected that, but yeah, it's now game time here. UKB needs to really lock in to try and catch his teammate. But can he do it? That is the question. Now Versio's got damage to his car and very worn tyres, so yeah, Ocampo is going to easily get past them, I think. Unless he also becomes a bit too aggressive, as Matthew Hart also getting close to Ocampo. The APX GP and the McLaren have been pretty good on pace this whole time, but the Hyperdrive's already meeting each other, and UKB has been let through without any issues. Hyperdrive may have a plan, they may not have a plan. Finucci though is catching, but a 1-3 is most certainly on the cards for the Hyperdrive team if Cornwell could just drag her car to the end of this race. Now looking back at Sebastian Ocampo, because he is going to be getting some moves done here as he gets past Palomino on the inside line. A little bit of contact as you can see with the Ocampo's car being slightly pulled by Palomino. But yeah, we're on lap 14 now and UKB is just way quicker than Cornwell at the moment. Ocampo has to try and catch Versio. Shouldn't be an issue though, getting within 5 seconds will be very easy. In fact, he might already be within 5 seconds. Dalbox are running a great race in P4 as well. So yeah, solid result for Mercedes. Yeah, a lot of DNFs though. Yeah, these are very good racetracks. Mark Sadler here in P12, despite the incident earlier on, he's had a somewhat good race since he's at recover. As that wide line's not good. Ahmed Seller having an opportunity here to possibly get through. Adelaide, no, he's managed to get through into 11th. Livery also getting through. Crumply being swarmed by these drivers. As Cornwell and Finucci now right close to each other, side by side. Finucci on the inside line. He's placed his car where he needed to be. And there we go. That's exactly what he needs to do. Cornwell couldn't defend. He just had the wrong line. She's just had the wrong line at the wrong time. As Matthew Hart and Palomino dueling it out for P7. Palomino with the penalty though. That's obviously going to be impacting him in this race. But he's going to try his best to get past Matthew Hart. On the inside. Nope. Not enough momentum to even be able to take that corner alongside him. As UKB faster than the first sector. Curry looked to try and snatch the fast lap away from Hux Finucci on the final lap of this race. Ultro in 9th position. From Nice Crumply and Livery. Amateur setting the fastest third sector. And yeah, this race has, yeah, similar to last race, it's been in control by the leader for quite some time. UKB though took pole position in qualifying. He's led a lot of the laps in this race. And for the British driver, it's going to be a second win this season. UKB wins the Turkish Grand Prix. And take the fastest lap as well. Hux Benucci is going to come home for second place. It's been a good race once again. 2 races in a row, he's missed out on the win, but he does take the fast lap there. Chris Cornwell going to bring home P3. A 1-3 for Hyperdrive, the best result of this season. Dan Bogdasarov is going to get P4 result, a one that wasn't really seen much, but it's most certainly been heard. That's an incredible race from him. Versio comes over 5th on the line, but the 5-second penalty is going to interrupt, as Matthew Hart and Ultra are very close, but Hart just pips out Ultra at the line. Many of the drivers coming across. Crumply though with a full car puncture. Trying to do 12 laps on the hards. Yeah, that was just never gonna happen. However, he has finished the race, and he will also get points. And there we go, your podium for today, UKB, your race winner today from Hux Benucci and Chris Cornwell. So yeah, Hyperdrive finally locking in, getting a 1-3 result. That is the best of the season. That's also really good if they want to have any chance this season of defending their Constructors title. Hux Benucci getting a P2 for Ford. However, it's most certain right now that they are getting competition from Spiker and the Hyperdrives. And with that, let's listen to the British National Anthem in it. And I really care about finishing calling your podium as discussed before. Dan Boxardo getting 4th position. Ocampo for solid P5 for McLaren. Matthew Hart and Ultra getting 6-7 from Nice, Crumply and Livery. Versio getting into the top 10. That's really good for Red Bull, who've been struggling a lot this season. Amansilla coming home for P11. Not the best of days for Red Bull. Last race was better for them. Nicholas Valavilo getting P12. Some points for Jaguar. Could have been more though if the penalty had not been there. Max Adelaide, P13, very good drive considering the incident that he had early on in the Grand Prix. Rackham Crumbly in 14th place, bringing home 2 points for Red Bull, not as much as a teammate, but that's his first point of the season. Victor Levi in P15, disappointing race, also a lap down, must have had a full car puncture or something. David Sakiara, Spiker CB, Ravo Lamfong, Kiss Andle, Iago, your boy, Tabando and Eduardo out of the race. And that's it for the Turkish Grand Prix. We'll see you next time in Abuja when the APX F1 series returns for the next sprint race of the season.